It's Tuesday, the 17th of March. Just ahead, rate hike reality. The grim financial warning for Aussies, with the RBA expected to raise interest rates. Pressure at the pump too. The government won't rule out rationing fuel amid soaring prices and dwindling supply. Also ahead, new video of the moment two Hawthorn players are arrested in Arizona. The Danish king and his Aussie queen arrive in Melbourne, the next stop on their tour down under. Plus, speaking of royals, King Charles hits the DJ decks with a royal remix. So how was the monarch's music?
This is 10 News Lunchtime with Georgie Tunny.
Good afternoon. The Reserve Bank is right now meeting and will soon announce their latest interest rate decision. Let's get straight to the capital, where federal politics reporter Hansel Dew is standing by. Hansel, it is a very big day for homeowners, and households are being warned to brace for another rates rise.
Well, economists, the markets and the big four banks are predicting another 25 basis point increase, taking the cash rate from 3.85 to 4.1 after the RBA increased rates just last month. That means for a family with a mortgage of $700,000, the back-to-back rate rises will see them pay $211 more on their monthly repayments. And it doesn't end there, with many predicting we'll see yet another rate rise in May. Of course, the Middle East conflict has seen petrol prices soar, which will continue to cause a world of pain, not only in Australia, but to the global economy, because those costs are flowing through absolutely everything. The problem for us here in Australia, though, is that this is on top of an existing inflation problem. The latest headline CPI came in at 3.8%, well above the RBA's target of 2 to 3. Meanwhile, new polling shows 40% of Australians believe the federal government is responsible for the cost of living crisis, while consumer confidence has now fallen to the lowest level since March 2020. And as the government approaches the May budget, they face a tough challenge of addressing inflation while also helping families.
If there is another interest rate increase, it will hit households hard, and that's why the government's focus will always be on how do we help with cost of living.
We know what causes inflation. It comes from Canberra. It's homegrown. It's a government that's lost control of its spending.
The RBA really is between a rock and a hard place. An increased interest rates right now could risk a recession, but holding steady could see inflation get even worse. So regardless of today's decision, the cost of living crisis in Australia clearly is far from over.
Oh, indeed. Hansel Dew in Parliament House, thank you very much. The Deputy Prime Minister is refusing to rule out whether Australians might have to ration fuel in the wake of the war in Iran. It comes as the consumer watchdog issues a please explain to suppliers amid skyrocketing prices. Matt Kennellan has more.
From the major suppliers to the independent retailers, nobody was safe today, all hauled before the ACCC to explain why fuel prices went through the roof at the start of the war. Among the attendees today, petrol giants Ampol, BP and 7-Eleven, as well as the NRMA. Fears of fuel shortages fuelling panic buying, even at sky-high prices. The conflict sending shockwaves through global supply chains, the panic buying only adding more pressure to stocks. Today, another call for calm, this time from Defence Minister Richard Marles, with another 716 million litres of extra fuel released into the system.
As we speak, in fact, the same amount of fuel is coming into the country as it always has. But clearly, we're mindful of what's playing out in the Middle East. Our message to Australians right now is actually to go about your business as you normally would. That's what matters at this moment.
Chris Bowen didn't even accept that there was a problem as of Tuesday last week, and then by Thursday it was a national crisis. I mean, the guy's out of his depth. And the Prime Minister needs to take control.
Miles today refusing to rule out fuel rationing if things continue as they are. The government also vowing to throw the book at any retailer found doing the wrong thing.
US President Donald Trump is continuing his call for allies to assist with reopening the Strait of Hormuz. For days, Iran has been attacking tankers travelling through the crucial oil shipping route, causing much of the pain the world is experiencing at the pump. CBS correspondent Erica Brown has the latest.
President Trump continued to pressure U.S. allies Monday to assist the United States in reopening the Strait of Hormuz, a critical passageway for oil tankers transporting about a fifth of the global crude oil supply.
We strongly encourage other nations whose economies depend on the strait. They should be in here very happily helping us.
Several nations, including Spain, Italy, and Germany, rebuffed the president's request.
We can't be at every place to support a war which we didn't start it.
British Prime Minister Keir Starmer was also apprehensive.
While taking the necessary action to defend ourselves and our allies, we will not be drawn into the wider war.
Iranian officials said the strait is only closed to enemies, and in an interview with Sky News, Iran's deputy foreign minister warned the U.S. against deploying boots on the ground.
Even suggesting that a foreign country can put boots on the ground of another country, invade another country, occupy the land of another country, is something very much rogue, very reckless.
Now, President Trump has warned NATO could face consequences if member nations refuse to help reopen the strait. And he's urging other countries like China to get involved, although he's pushing to delay a summit with China's president due to the war.
We're speaking to China. I'd love to, but because of the war, I want to be here. I have to be here.
Iran continues to attack U.S. allies and partners in the region with drone and missile strikes, including an attack on the airport in Dubai over the weekend.
New footage has emerged of Hawthorn teammates Dylan Moore and Connor McDonald being arrested in the United States during their off-season trip. Arizona police took the pair into custody after a late-night incident involving a scissor lift, an apparatus they allegedly climbed while under the influence. Both players were charged with criminal trespassing. The incident occurred in November last year but has only just been made public this week. The Hawthorn Football Club is yet to comment on the new vision. The Danish royal couple is continuing their Australian visit, landing in Melbourne after a few days in the nation's capital. Sophie Jacobson is following Queen Mary and King Frederick of Denmark and filed this report.
Well, it's an itinerary fit for royalty. Today, the Queen of Denmark and King of Denmark have arrived in Melbourne, right here at the Botanic Gardens Government House for their first day of duties. Queen Mary and King Frederick were greeted by the Governor of Victoria, the Honourable Margaret Gardner, AC. It was a busy schedule for the royal couple, meeting with the travelling Danish business delegation, where talks revolved around sustainability and technology. After their meeting here, they'll head to a Melbourne icon, Chapel Street in Paran, where the Queen is set to give a presentation on a development project in the area.
Beautiful government house.
No, it's wonderful.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be a trip to Melbourne without a visit to the MCG. The King and Queen will head there this evening to meet with the Hawthorn Football Club and who knows, maybe have a kick of the footy on the G themselves. I'll have all the details of their visit tonight at 5 p.m.
Well, to another royal family now. King Charles has found some time between his duties to hit the decks. And no, we don't mean the deck of a ship, but rather getting some experience behind the turntable. Yes, cue the dry ice, flick on the laser lights. The Monarch spun some tunes for a Royal Me remix while visiting young artists at Factory International in Manchester.
What do you want from me? You can buy my love with all your treasuries. Oh, you think that you're
Not sure he's doing too much there, but the studio Charles was visiting is a joint venture between the King's Trust and actor Idris Elba's Youth Foundation. Well, coming up, King Kyle's crown hangs in the balance. Will the plug be pulled on the Shock Jock's radio career, kissing goodbye a multi-million-dollar contract? Plus, the truck's reckless rampage ends in a trail of destruction, and why desperate farmers are urging city slickers to stop being slack.
The Tillies are through to the semi-final. Can they beat China PR to book their spot in the grand final? Pull on your green and gold and get behind them. Tonight, live on 10 and Paramount Plus.
10's broadcast of the AFC Women's Asian Cup is proudly presented by Allianz.
More New South Wales drivers choose NRMA car insurance because they trust us to help. From moving days to holidays. Join Australia's most trusted insurance brand, NRMA Insurance, a help company.
Tackle grade whites and stains with Vanish Gold Pro Turbo Whites. Better be quick, just 30 minutes. One scoop contains a unique accelerator system that turbocharges stain removal. Plus, Vanish revitalizes whites.
Trust Vanish, forget stains.
I'm just going for a break.
Have a break. Have a Kit Kat.
Introducing the all-new Subaru Forester, starting from $48,990 recommended drive-away price. Get ready to own the road and conquer the wild. It's you and Subaru for a world discovered.
My NRMA Rewards members get $400 in first bill credits when they switch their electricity and gas to Engie. Choose the Engie NRMA plan and it's possible.
You're important at work, but at home, you're irreplaceable. Stay safe from harm and harassment. Safe at work, there for them.
Picnicking in one of Dad's favourite places, surrounded by all his favourite faces.
Getting the girls around to Jones so Sarah knows she's not alone.
Raising cash with this motley crew, it really is the least we can do.
Baking my wife's pecan pie, one thing I'll always remember her by.
All of us will be affected by cancer at some point in our lives. So this Australia's biggest morning tea, let's make it personal.
Me and Mark have been very close from the start. Mark wants to take me to the end. Mark believes that he could beat me at the end, but we won't get to see that because I'm going to take him out before then.
The Betrayal, 7:30 tomorrow on 10.
Alleged Bondi terrorist Naveed Akram has today fought to have the identity of his mother, brother and sister suppressed in court as he watched on from Goulburn's Supermax prison. His barrister argued his family members live in a constant fear for their life and their house has been attacked. Sarah Navin reports.
The barrister for 24-year-old Naveed Akram told the Downing Centre local court the alleged terrorists' family members are receiving threats and there's fears they could be targeted by vigilantes if their names and home address aren't suppressed. Richard Wilson told the court the fear is beyond keyboard warriors, detailing how Akram's family has received death threat phone calls, late-night drive-bys, people banging on their doors and throwing eggs and meat at the family home. He acknowledged that Akram is charged with the most serious and the most notorious attack this country has ever seen, and that public grief, outrage and anger at what he and his father allegedly did are unprecedented. Akram appeared on screen with his head down through most of the mention. He is charged with 59 offences in total, including committing a terrorist act, 15 counts of murder and 40 counts of attempted murder. It's alleged Akram and his father, Sajid Akram, carried out the massacre at Bondi Beach on Sunday, December 14. The gunfire targeting members of the Jewish community at a Hanukkah event. His 50-year-old father was shot dead by police. Numerous media organisations challenged the suppression order, Barrister Matthew Lewis saying the cat is well and truly out of the bag, with the names of Akram's family members published internationally. He also argued incidents against the family members have become less frequent since the attack.
Sarah Navin reporting there. Well, a barbershop in Melbourne's north has been firebombed in yet another targeted attack on a business. The shop is located just 3 doors down from a tobacco store that's been hit 4 times in the last 3 years. Abby Dinham has more.
A Glenroy barbershop has sustained significant damage after an early morning arson attack that police are calling targeted. Security cameras capture a car pulling up just after 1:30 this morning. A man gets out, breaks a window, empties the contents of a jerry can and sets it alight. Emergency services arrived within minutes. Police say no one was inside the business at the time. The barber shop is just metres away from a Glenroy tobacco shop that's been hit 4 times, the latest just 3 weeks ago when it was sprayed with bullets. Local businesses say they're sick of trying to operate in a perpetual crime scene.
We see a big bunch of the community come through. They go to and use these shops. They're beautiful people. They come in and you can tell that they're genuine about it. So yeah, look, it's sad that if it is a tit for tat or someone's not happy with one another, that they've got to do it this way. It's sad. It is quite sad that we've become this this society at the moment, and hopefully we can have some happy stories come through.
The security camera footage shows traffic on the street adjacent at the time of the arson attack. Police are asking motorists with dashcam vision to come forward.
A passenger has jumped from a moving truck as it went on a destructive rampage, smashing into several vehicles, including one with a child inside in Sydney's southwest. Zoe Martin is at the scene.
Good afternoon. Well, as you can see behind me, the truck that went on a rampage through Sydney's southwest is still here in Belfield this afternoon as heavy tow truck equipment is brought in to remove it. Incredible security vision has emerged at the moment. The truck smashed into a number of cars at the intersection of Punchbowl Road and Seymour Parade yesterday afternoon. Then all of a sudden, it doubles back as the passenger jumps from the vehicle.
I saw a chap trying to jump out of a passenger door of a truck. And he got down, and then the truck, the noise it was making.
Incredibly, the passenger only suffered minor injuries, but the joyride was far from over. He continues down Seymour Parade, damaging cars along the way. Before remarkably missing a power pole and a family home, coming to a stop here on Carter Street. On his tail the entire time, a man in a white van whose car was seriously damaged. Residents telling 10 News police had to separate him from the driver who was trapped inside the vehicle.
I don't know how he survived that. Big carnage. They're going to need a crane to get this out.
3 people caught up in the chaos were injured, including a woman and child. The 39-year-old driver was treated here at the scene by paramedics before being taken to St George Hospital for mandatory testing.
Up next on 10 News Lunchtime, the call to make public transport free as the nation's fuel crisis leads regional communities dry. And remember that Coldplay Kiss Cam scandal? Well, Oprah is shining a spotlight on the woman at the centre of it.
This is healthy food that is full of vibrancy and excitement. You don't want your food to be boring just because it's healthy. So let me give you some incredible recipes that are simple, so healthy and delicious. Because good nutrition isn't about what you can't have, it's about what you can have. That is mega flavour.
Jamie Oliver, eat yourself healthy.
Getting the good stuff in your body, that is what it's all about. Come on.
Friday on 10.
Watch and stream free.
Sensitive teeth? Try Sensodyne Repair and Protect Whitening 100 grams, $7.29 at Chemist Warehouse. It delivers up to 3 times better repair for sensitive teeth so you can enjoy every sip, bite and smile. Live, look, feel well at Chemist Warehouse.
At Bunnings, we're super busy loading and stacking.
And packing the shelves with what you need to get doing.
So you can get mixing, matching,
sanding, filling and rolling on your next paint project.
Or get digging, weeding,
potting, planting and growing in your garden.
And as always, we're finding a competitor's lower price on the same in-stock item.
We won't just match it, we'll beat it by 10%.
Lowest prices are just the beginning.
My legs are like tree trunks, and when tree trunks walk together, they chafe. But Step 1 has got you covered. They put these Ultra Glide panels between the legs. They glide when you walk. Step 1s are derived from viscose, which is made from bamboo. Wicks away your sweat, which lets you breathe. We've got free shipping and a first pair guarantee. Love them or they're free. You can buy them online at step1.life. Step 1, get some.
Can finish tackle Nonna's famous feast and those burnt-on stains. Mum doesn't think so. Finish Ultimate Plus gives a deep clean for a brilliant shine. What's your finish challenge?
Wouldn't it be nice if things were a little more useful?
At Origin, we're making it happen. From helping you go solar to customer service and everything in between. That's all kinds of useful.
Forgot this?
Love you, Dad.
There's a glass and a half in everyone.
The people we love spreading germs. But we've got you. Dettol. Spread the love, not the germs.
Sometimes you cook the delicious meal. Sometimes it's cooked for you, like Macca's delicious new Bistro Bernays Angus. Compliments to the chef. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
A help company wouldn't just protect your car, it would protect it no matter who's driving. From nervous L-platers to visiting interstaters. Join Australia's most trusted insurance brand. NRMA Insurance, a help company.
Oh, I can still picture it clear as day, a little silver car with the lady rushing past and that baby still in that little capsule. I can still picture that quite clearly as it disappeared under the front of the locomotive.
Respect the sign. Lives are on the line.
I love Survivor.
Get your Couch Critic Survival Guide.
He's not going to do a shoey, is he?
Put it in the ocean, bro.
7:30 Thursday on 10.
Welcome back. Well, more now on the nation's fuel shortage, and farmers are warning that grocery bills are going to skyrocket as regional Bowsers bear the brunt of the petrol pain. Victorian Farmers Federation President Brett Hosking joins me now. Brett, thank you so much for being with us. Just how are Aussie farmers being affected?
Yeah, what we're seeing is, the fuel shortages that are everywhere, they're impacting our farms as well. We've seen several rural communities in Victoria run out of fuel over the weekend or over previous days. Places like Robinvale, which is not a small town, places like Bondi, places like Wedderburn, every direction across Victoria is being impacted. So what we're saying is we need to get the fuel to these communities. We need to get the fuel to the people who need it, and they need it when they need it, not necessarily on a timeline. So we've had a little bit of rain here at my place. It generates a lot of activity. That sprayer in the background will be doing a bit of work over the next few days, and we need to make sure the fuel's in the tank when it's ready to go, when the conditions are ready to go, and that means ensuring we have a reliable supply chain.
Let's talk about that supply chain, because the government is releasing petrol and diesel from domestic reserves. Are you seeing that? Is that fuel getting to you?
Short answer is no, it's not yet, and for a whole heap of reasons. But one of the big reasons is there's so much demand in our metropolitan areas for fuel at the moment. So the fuel's actually not making it beyond the outer suburbs of a lot of our big city. And that's not the fault of the cities, but what it's saying is that the supply chain isn't able to keep up with the demand that's out there. So what we're asking, if people could do, if you've got the choice of using public transport or leaving your car at home and working from home or whatever it might be, maybe if for the next few weeks you could do that, that would make a really big difference in being able to get the fuel out to those farmers, those communities that need it the most, those communities that don't have the choice to choose a tram or a bus or a train for their daily work life.
When it comes to potentially a food supply, this could become a food supply issue, right? Like, is there a way or a reality where we're going to go to the supermarket shelves and they're going to be empty? Is that a real fear?
Oh gosh, I hope not. But I mean, the reality is, if it rains and there's no fuel in the fuel tanks behind me, we don't get a crop in the ground. It's as simple as that. So we need to make sure, it's my responsibility to make sure I'm as prepared as I can be, make sure I've got fuel on hand, as much as I can carry or as much as I ultimately need. But you know what, it's a community responsibility to make sure we're getting the fuel to the people who need it. If 1 in 5 Victorians were to leave their car at home, we'd free up enough fuel to be able to sow half of Australia's winter wheat crop. So wheat, barley, canola, lentils, chickpeas, all those crops, half of that 20 million hectares could get put in the ground if 1 in 5 people made a decision to leave their car at home. So small things make a really big difference in situations like this.
Part of this as well, Brett, has to be that the unknown of it all. We're not sure when this is going to end, the problems that we are seeing overseas, that being carried on here. Do you think that this will be an ongoing problem?
Yeah, we certainly hope not, but we do need to deal with the here and now, and that's the reality of it. And as farmers, that's how we tend to respond. It rains, we respond. If it's hot, we respond. We deal with what's happening on the ground, and that's what we need to do in this situation as well. There's a responsibility here for government. I mean, it's very easy for me to ask others to take public transport, but maybe government could get involved. Maybe government could partner with the community, with the farmers as well. Provide free public transport, put more resources into public transport so people aren't crammed in like sardines and that sort of thing, so they can enjoy their ride comfortably. By doing that, by government doing that, by people making the decision to use public transport, we create that availability of fuel to get where it's needed. And then regardless of how long this continues on, we know as a nation we're doing everything we can in a coordinated way to really make a difference.
Well, Brett Hosking, thank you very much for joining us. It's a simple message that you have, an important one, and hopefully everyone in the cities is taking heed of that today. We really appreciate you joining us, and hopefully that fuel is going to get to you sooner rather than later.
Thanks, heaps. Yeah.
All right, still to come. Has the world's most secretive artist finally been unmasked? Inside the new investigation that claims Banksy was hiding in plain sight all along. And just how one Oscar-winning actor celebrated post-ceremony with a fast food surprise.
This is the best day of my life!
The game of Survivor can turn in an instant.
This is the worst day of my life.
Now Mark's about to find that out.
Me and Mark have been very close from the start.
We've helped each other through some really tough moments. Just gotta keep putting the faith in fate.
Mark wants to take me to the end. Mark believes that he could beat me at the end, but we won't get to see that because I'm going to take him out before then.
The Betrayal, tomorrow on 10.
Don't let pain distract you from those moments that matter. Try Panadol Optizorb 48 caplets from Chemist Warehouse. Panadol's Optizorb technology helps the tablet break down quickly for more consistent absorption and provides effective relief from everyday pains, which means you don't have to miss those not-so-everyday moments. Right now at Chemist Warehouse, Panadol Optizorb 48 caplets are just $8.29. Live, look, feel well at Chemist Warehouse.
Go the Rabbitohs!
Glory, glory, how can I direct your call?
Hey, Blake, that random South guy gets around.
Who says it's just one person?
Up the bunnies!
Do you promise to provide a lifetime guarantee on all work with almost any car repair?
You want me to take your keys?
I do.
Book in store, by phone or online at My Car Tyre and Auto.
If you've got heartburn, try this Gaviscon chewing gum.
Gaviscon works fast to neutralise acid in the stomach.
Tastes good.
New, great-tasting Gaviscon chewing gum.
Come on, darling, I'll be up. There's a glass and a half in everyone. Cadbury Hollow Easter eggs in store now.
Mitsubishi's 10-year warranty with 10 years cap price servicing now includes 10 years roadside assistance.
Get out!
Drive away Triton GLXR from just $51,340 for ABN holders. Hurry into Mitsubishi today.
One whiff and Julie remembered why detergent alone wasn't enough. Pynoclean Platinum Laundry Sanitizer removes 99.9% of germs and leaves 28 days of refreshing fragrance. It's not clean unless it's Pynoclean.
Hey! Took all the up and goes.
Up and Go Liquid Breakfast. Feel good protein, fibre and vitamins to get up and go.
We've got what you need to entertain this Easter.
Lifetime 6-foot trestle table, only $67. Heat bead 7.5 kilo barbecue briquettes, just $21.98.
We can help you entertain for less. Lowest prices are just the beginning.
Go on, take the plunge. Find out how adults can improve their reading and writing skills. Call the Reading Writing Hotline. 300-6555. It could change your life.
Chris Hemsworth, Halle Berry and Rachel McAdams spice up New Norton.
Sleek and sexy.
8:30 Thursday on 10.
Making news this Tuesday, the Deputy Prime Minister is refusing to rule out whether Australians might have to ration fuel in the wake of the war in Iran. It comes as the consumer watchdog issues a please explain to suppliers amid skyrocketing prices. And new footage has emerged of Hawthorn teammates Dylan Moore and Connor McDonald being arrested in the United States during their off-season trip. Arizona police took the pair into custody after a late-night incident involving a scissor lift, an apparatus they allegedly climbed while under the influence. Making news overseas, and the United Arab Emirates has once again closed its airspace only hours after Etihad and Emirates were allowed to operate again following another airspace ban was lifted. The UAE's Civil Aviation Authority announced the full and temporary closure as an exceptional precautionary measure as the country faces threats of incoming missile and drone attacks from Iran. It comes as the UAE President and Prime Minister met with the ruler of Dubai and King of Jordan to discuss how the ongoing war in the Middle East will affect stability in their countries. To what's making more news around the world now, and 2 people have died after 2 boats capsized off Japan's southern island of Okinawa. Authorities say the vessels overturned about a kilometre off the coast, throwing 21 people overboard on Monday. Rescuers pulled 18 high school students from Kyoto from the water, but a 17-year-old student and the captain of one of the boats later died. Officials say the cause of the capsizing is now under investigation. Ukrainian firefighters have battled a major blaze following a deadly Russian drone strike in southeastern Ukraine. Local officials say at least 1 person has died and 3 others were injured after the drone hit a residential area in the early hours of Monday. Authorities say the strike sparked a large fire, sending emergency crews rushing to the scene. Ukraine's Air Force says Russia launched 211 long-range drones overnight, with air defences intercepting 194 of those. To the Caribbean now, and the lights have gone off over Cuba. The lights with the entire country's electrical grid collapsing, leaving around 10 million without power at all. It's due to a US-imposed oil blockade that has left Cuba's already obsolete power generation system completely crippled. It's just the latest blackout the island nation has faced as the US strangles Cuba's oil imports, with another outage last weekend sparking a rare violent protest. Now, he's one of the world's most famous living artists, although we've never officially known his name. But a new investigation claims to have uncovered the true identity of Banksy. So, what now for the man who's made his millions through mystery? Samantha Butler with his 10 News Plus report.
He has built a global brand on anonymity. His art recognised worldwide, while his real identity remained a mystery.
If people are still trying to find out who Banksy is, I think that it helps his notoriety, so keep fueling the fire.
Now, a years-long investigation claims to have finally uncovered the real name of the elusive artist we've only ever known as Banksy.
A household name, up there with, people like Picasso. He has been at the forefront of the art world for a very long time.
According to news agency Reuters, Banksy is Robin Gunningham, a name that was first published back in 2008 by the Mail on Sunday. But now Reuters says it has proof, claiming Robin changed his name to David Jones in 2008 after the Mail's report.
Really amazing news after all this time, something like a quarter of a century of not knowing who he was.
So how has Reuters unmasked one of art's greatest enigmas? The investigation began in 2022 after this Banksy mural appeared in a war-torn Ukrainian village, with reporters using locals to help confirm his suspected identity. Reuters also claims it has copies of US court records and police reports which are yet to be made public, including a handwritten confession by the artist to a misdemeanor charge of disorderly conduct.
I think this is a game changer on his life. He can no longer stay in the shadows.
Banksy himself hasn't responded to the revelation, but his lawyer has fiercely contested it, saying identifying Banksy would violate his privacy, interfere with his art and put him in danger. He added that anonymity protects freedom of expression by allowing creators to speak truth to power without fear of retaliation, censorship or persecution.
I don't know whether he really can keep graffitiing public buildings. It's not beyond the bounds of possibility that the police might charge him.
but not everyone is convinced the evidence stacks up.
I think he's smart enough to elude us forever. And would we want him to be unmasked? He's done a huge list of things that are technically breaking the law. Would he be in court for the next 10 years painting public walls?
Shannon Crees was the only Australian street artist invited to take part in Banksy's Cannes Fest in London in 2008.
He really created a huge, thriving artwork, like street art scene in London. It was just booming for everybody. And everyone was like, thanks, Banksy. I love that he's put street art on the map. Even if it is by going and gluing his artwork into the top galleries in the world or painting his artwork outside, we should celebrate artists like that, whether he's breaking the law or not.
Either way, it's unlikely to affect the value of Banksy's art. This piece, called Love is in the Bin, now infamous for self-shredding, fetched a whopping $25 million at auction.
There's something quite unique about his work, and it really resonates with collectors very strongly.
He gets so much attention because of this constant, who is Banksy?
Samantha Butler for 10 News Plus there. Well, now it's time to take a look at what's making news in entertainment. And La La Land is coming down from its night of nights after the Oscars wrapped up in Los Angeles. 10's entertainment editor Angela Bishop is in Hollywood with all the details, plus all your day's showbiz headlines.
Hollywood very much has a morning after the night before vibe going on today as various details emerge of goings-on at the many after-parties that occurred around Hollywood last night once the Oscars were done. As always, Vanity Fair's party was the hottest ticket in town. They reportedly halved their guest list this year, but there was still a steady stream of celebrities on the carpet. The rule is everyone gets changed for this party, and the outfits are a bit more racy, a bit more raunchy. Hello, heated rivalry stars Connor Story and Hudson Williams.
And this is my wife, Liza.
Hi, Liza. Thank you for joining us.
Who had to put up with maybe 4 months of me trying bits and jokes out on her at like 2 in the morning.
How did the marriage last?
We'll see. One word to describe what happened the last time you guys had too many martinis.
3, 2, 1.
Tears. Look at each other. Like, look at each other. Trying to leave.
You need to clock in. You
okay,
said
we're
dark.
gonna I said tears and she said dark.
I've got absolutely no responsibilities here whatsoever. I'm surprised they even let us in, big TV folk.
Hollywood legend Jane Fonda was there, and she had some thoughts about Barbra Streisand's tribute to the late Robert Redford during the Oscars telecast.
How come Streisand was up there doing that for Redford? She only made 1 movie with him. I made 4.
You made 4.
I have more to say.
But you never know whether there'll be enough to eat at those parties, so newly crowned Best Actor Michael B. Jordan took his Oscar to In-N-Out Burger for a substantial fee. He also spent plenty of time chatting to fans and signing autographs. Meanwhile, back at the Dolby Theatre where the Oscars were held, evidence that some of our favourite celebs are actually grots. Take a look at the mess left behind by Hollywood's finest once the ceremony was over and they raced off to their parties. Oprah Winfrey has an interesting interview coming up. She's sat down with one half of the infamous Coldplay Kiss Cam affair couple. Kristen Cabot is the woman in this video that went uber viral last year, and she revealed that her husband was also at the concert that night.
So you get to the concert, and what happened?
Well, I was walking into the concert, and my daughter messaged me and said, "Oh, it's so great that you and Andrew are both at Coldplay." So she let me know that my estranged husband was also at the concert. But then I was like, I'm in Gillette Stadium. There's 55,000 people here. I'm probably not going to run into him.
The interview will air on Oprah's podcast. He might be heading to the stars in his new flick, Project Hail Mary, but Ryan Gosling was once dancing through the city of stars in the hit film La La Land. But there's one moment from making that film that he still regrets.
There's a moment that haunts me where we're dancing, Emma and I didn't know this would become the poster for the movie. But I thought we were supposed to have our hands up, And I thought it'd be cool to put my hand like that. I call it La La Hand.
Well, La La Land turns 10 this year, and Ryan's recruited the help of a friend from his new film to help rectify that La La Hand.
Ready?
3, 2, 1, go!
How's my hand?
It's good.
Project Hail Mary is out in Aussie cinemas this Thursday. Today is D-Day for Kyle Sandilands and his radio bosses at ARN. It's 14 days since the media company released a statement to the ASX revealing they had terminated the services of Jackie O and had given Kyle 2 weeks to remedy the situation following a charge of serious misconduct arising from an on-air fight between the hosts. Jackie's contract was terminated after she advised she could no longer work with Mr. Sandilands. Kyle's contract runs until 2034. If ARN does not allow him to return to the show, there are reports he will sue for a payout of some $88 million. The decision comes as the Australian Communications Media Authority yesterday ruled any show featuring the duo must not broadcast material that is highly offensive or contains explicit sexual references by the standards of an ordinary listener. The conditions apply to Kiss FM in Sydney and Melbourne for 5 years. So, Georgie, a lot of interest in what will happen later today.
Very much so. A comprehensive wrap from Angela Bishop over in LA. Well, up next, good news with Daniel Doody, including the four-legged surfers showing off their balance and bravery by taking on the waves at Noosa. And the unexpected swim 2 Canberra kayakers had at a hot air balloon festival.
The Tillies are through to the semi-final. Can they beat China PR to book their spot in the grand final? Pull on your green and gold and get behind them. Tonight, live on 10 and Paramount Plus.
10's broadcast of the AFC Women's Asian Cup is proudly presented by Coles.
Whether you're heading out or winding down, your skin deserves care that's simple and effective. Try Dermaveen Foaming Cleanser and Hydrating Moisturiser. Enriched with 100% natural Oat Active Plus, gently cleanse with the foaming cleanser, then soothe with the hydrating moisturiser for calm, radiant skin. Try Dermaveen Foaming Cleanser and Hydrating Moisturiser, just $7.99 each at Chemist Warehouse. And feel real good in your skin with Dermaveen. Live, look, feel well at Chemist Warehouse.
Australian natural gas is used for more than just cooking and heating. It's also used for manufacturing and for generating reliable backup electricity when demand is high and conditions don't suit renewables. That's why Australia runs on natural gas. Authorised by S. McCulloch, Australian Energy Producers Limited, Canberra.
What kind of crazy life hack is this?
The dishwasher doesn't dry the dishes well enough.
Try Finish Rinse Aid.
For 2 times better drying, including on plastic, improving shine and protecting glasses.
Finish, the real life hack.
What hours?
Hey, how about these? Yeah? So put your sauce on.
Perfect.
Just like that.
Toscano. Together we eat.
This week at IGA, they have Cadbury Dairy Easter eggs or hunting eggs 10-pack varieties just $7. Are they sure? And Smith's Crinkle Cut Chips varieties only $2.50. Can't believable prices now at your local IGA.
You know Mick Robb, the founder of Old Gold. He bargained his way across crop-infested waters, not far from here.
That didn't happen.
Just telling you how I heard it.
Old Gold. Rich in character.
Sore throat? Trust Strepsils for soothing relief that's scientifically formulated. With dual action, Strepsils soothes a sore throat and helps fight bacteria. Or try Strepsils Extra for triple action to numb pain fast, help fight bacteria and soothe the throat. Strepsils. Own every moment.
Bowel cancer
is Australia's second biggest cancer killer, but you can help us change that. We're sending out millions of these bowel cancer screening kits. Because if detected early, this hidden killer can be successfully treated in more than 90% of cases. There's a lot we can do if you do the test.
Look at this. When most health insurance prices go up on April 1st, some funds will put their prices up a little, while other funds will go up a lot. And the only way to know if you're on a good deal is to compare them. So talk to the comparison experts at iSelect to see if there's a better deal for you. Because no one wants to look like an April Fool.
Well, it's now time for a hit of good news with Daniel Doody. And dudes, humans and hounds took to the waves.
Absolutely, Georgie. A few wipeouts, but a whole lot of fun at this year's Vet Shop Australia Surfing Dog Championships in Noosa. 12 talented poochers and their brave owners have taken to the waves in the annual competitions. With tails wagging and paws on boards, the four-legged surfers showed off their balance and bravery as they rode the swell to the cheers of the crowd. More than 6,000 people packed the beach to watch the action. Team Louie, a border collie, took out the best wave title. Even the dogs know how to hang 10. How cute. We need more dog stories on 10 News Lunchtime, so here's yet another one. A dog walking service in northern England is going viral thanks to a very special bus. Meet Billy, the fluffy face behind Billy's Bus, a canine coach that picks up pups for a luxury ride before heading out for a countryside run. The service was created by Billy's owner, Laura Mohan, and it's turning ordinary walkies into a VIP experience.
Everything has been ripped out, the whole bus has been ripped out and designed for dogs. All these dog beds are based on dog seats, dog car seats, all tested, all harnesses. We've got 3 types of restraints for the dogs. We have 3 members of staff on the bus at all times, so the dogs are dished out with lots of cuddles and attention constantly.
With comfy seats, Billy's Bus is quickly becoming the most popular ride in town, well, at least among 4-legged passengers. Old uniforms from a football team in Sydney South have kicked off a brand new chapter thousands of kilometres away. North Sutherland Soccer Club donated its surplus kits, making sure they didn't go to waste. With help from World Families Australia, the Rockets uniforms have now found a new home with children in the Bonga community in Ethiopia.
And when we got that video back of the team kind of celebrating or, standing there together as a team, it really gave you goosebumps because it's one of those things that as a team, if you're a bit, I guess, all wearing different things, you don't necessarily feel connected, and that uniform can really bring a team together.
A great moment captured of the kids proudly wearing the Rockets jersey and joining the team spirit. The North Sutherland Soccer Club gets my good news of the day. Look at that, Georgie. The local soccer club really making a difference and bringing the smiles to those kids' faces.
Oh, I think the Rockets is everyone's new favourite second team. Like, that's the best. That just made my heart sing.
Absolutely, so heartwarming. Moving on, 2 kayakers have had a close call in Canberra after they were knocked from their vessel by, of all things, a hot air balloon. The friends, however, are far from deflated and say they feel lucky to have experienced it. Hannah Stewart has the story.
A spectacular sight above Lake Burleigh Griffin that had these kayakers on cloud 9 before things took a turn. On the water's surface, Eric Vu and William Lang caught the whole thing on camera.
How you gonna explain to your wife like why you get wet? Yeah, I go kayaking and you got hit by a hot air balloon.
The pair were out for an early morning paddle on day 1 of the Canberra Balloon Spectacular. Thankfully, their run-in didn't result in any injuries, just an impromptu swim that was warmer than expected.
It was quite chill morning as well, but then the water was warm. Didn't scare us at all.
Maybe next time we consider the swimming there to watch it. Don't need to go with the kayak.
Far from bursting their bubble, Eric and William are seeing the sunny side.
We consider ourselves lucky as well because what a chance to be hit by a balloon.
We just found like it's hilarious. That's all. Lesson learned. Next time we will give way to the hot air balloon.
They also bear no ill will for the pilot, who's already been in touch.
He just reached out to us and then offering us the send a free fly for this camera hot air balloon festival.
An offer they plan to take up for what will hopefully be a smoother ride. Hannah Stewart, 10 News.
What a story. Dressed in rainbow tutus, bereaved families will walk from the Children's Cancer Institute in Randwick to Coogee Beach today in Sydney's east, honouring Bo and Izzy while turning heartbreak into hope. More than 100 people took part in the walk for the 86K for a Cure campaign, supporting the Institute's fundraising efforts and to help find treatments for childhood cancer. Now to an extraordinary act of generosity. It began when an elderly delivery driver says he was forced out of retirement after his wife suddenly lost her job. Our CBS colleague Jerica Duncan shares this heartwarming story.
It started with this door cam video. An older man using a handrail, slowly walking up a stoop to drop off a delivery for Brittany Smith. Smith saw the video and learned that man was 78-year-old Richard Pulley, delivering DoorDash out of necessity.
We need to help him.
So she launched an online fundraiser, which has raised nearly $1 million over the last 5 days.
It's taking a lot pressure off of us and making life livable once again.
Pulley says his delivery work has helped pay for monthly bills, including medication for him and his wife.
It's just really difficult to believe that there's that many people that are that generous to try to help us.
The couple, married for over 56 years, grateful tonight for Smith's kindness and the generosity of strangers.
You're trying to make me cry, Diddy.
I know, I really am today. A beautiful act of kindness. So sweet to see. And finally, Australians are raising a record number of glasses today on St Patrick's Day as the iconic Irish stout Guinness surges in popularity down under. Distributor Lion says more than 1.2 million litres will be poured for the festivities right across the country. Looks like plenty of people will be toasting the luck of the Irish tonight. Georgie, I'll have a glass or two.
Hey, cheers to that. Thank you very much,
Cheers to that.
And coming up after the break, we get a look at today's weather with 10 News meteorologist Josh Holt. See you soon.
Who said healthy food's got to be boring, right?
So let me give you some incredible recipes that are simple, so healthy and delicious. Get the good stuff in your body.
Jamie Oliver, Eat Yourself Healthy. Friday on 10.
Get 4 items for just $6.95 with Macca's McSmart Meal. Grab a cheeseburger, small fries and soft drink, plus choose your favourite side. Available every day for just $6.95.
If it's obvious you need great insurance, get GIO. Great insurance, obviously.
It's all too easy to make a mess, but it's just as easy to clean it up with Easy Off BAM. Our bathroom cleaner removes up to 100% of soap scum. BAM! And the dirt is gone.
Come on, darling, up you hop. There's a glass and a half in everyone. Cadbury Hollow Easter eggs, in store now.
Good nutrition is the key to healthy ageing. That's why My Choice was created by the dietitians and chefs at Light and Easy. To find out how you can save on your first delivery and enjoy more choice and independence, call us on 13 15 12 today.
How far would you go to keep your home smelling fresh? Try Airwick 24/7 fragrance. Aerosol-free automatic spray infused with 2 times more essential oil for up to 70 days of freshness. Now that's a breath of fresh Airwick.
Welcome to the dark side.
For 3! In the laundry!
Good news. The popcorn made it. Come on, scooch over. Remote, Stat.
Get that Disney Plus energy with Energy Australia. Enjoy 12 months of Disney Plus standard on us when you switch to FlexiPlan and stay.
Okay, roaches, get ready to race. Hey, behind the line, reader. Set. Go, no! Let's go!
Nothing kills big cockroaches faster with a 1-second spray.
Feeling a little stuck? Herb Gut plus Herbalax gently gets things moving. The natural way. Henry Blooms. Trusted wellness for every Australian.
Next Level dog people give their dogs next level protection with NexGuard Spectra. It's the most complete protection against fleas, ticks, mites, worms and even heartworm, all in one tasty monthly chew. Next level protection with NexGuard Spectra.
Can't quite describe that emotion? Finally, there's a word for it. And at the Gotcha for Life Mental Fitness Gym, there's a workout for it too. Download the app for free today.
It's deal time at 6:30.
And Millionaire Hot Seat at 7 o'clock. How much money will we give away in an hour?
Weeknights on 10. And the deal wheel is coming.
Well, it's time now for a check of the weather with 10 News meteorologist Josh Holt. And Josh, a severe tropical cyclone set to hit Queensland this week.
Yeah, that's right, Georgie. It's as if the severe weather season just continues to kick on. We do have a tropical low which has developed in the Coral Sea. Right now, it's around about 1,300 kilometres east-northeast of Cairns, and it will start tracking towards the coast as we get through the next couple of days. But let's bring you up to speed and first of all head to that satellite imagery. Now you can see that cloud mass I'm referring to in the northern Coral Sea. We've also got plenty of cloud over the southeastern part of the continent associated with a trough of low pressure which has persisted and driven in showers across Victoria and will do so across New South Wales today. But before we get to that, let's quickly check in with the northern Coral Sea and this tropical low. Now this is the forecast modelling as we get through this week. It's going to adopt that easterly track, head to the northern parts of Queensland and strengthen and deepen and get stronger. So we're looking at it getting to possibly a Category 3 status, which does mean winds gusting at 160 kilometres per hour for parts of the Queensland coast. Now, as a result of this, Bureau's already released a cyclone watch from the Lockhart River to Port Douglas. I'm expecting those destructive wind gusts to start to develop between Cowan and Cooktown from around about Thursday. It looks like making landfall sometime on Friday, but we'll be keeping you up to date on this over the coming days. Let's take a look at the radar across the Murray-Darling Basin. Some beautiful rain unfolding there since 9 o'clock this morning. Falls of 10 millimetres in southern New South Wales. And Mount Buller in Victoria, it's 9 a.m. this morning with that rain yesterday, picked up over 50 millimetres into the rain gauge. Moving into tomorrow, big broad area of high pressure across the Southern Ocean. And obviously that low begins its track towards the far north coast of Queensland. Plenty of rain on the way across northern Australia right through this week. We will see some showers and isolated thunderstorms also persist through the eastern parts of the country. For southeast Queensland, a shower or two tomorrow. Tip-top temperatures of 29 degrees for Brisbane and 30 on the way for Ipswich. For areas of Sydney, we're looking at a shower as we get through Wednesday. They will increase through the day. 26 degrees for the city, a top of 26 as well for Richmond and Penrith. For areas of Victoria, partly cloudy, dry. Melbourne topping out at 23. Beautiful temperatures for this time of year. 24 the top for Avalon tomorrow. In and across Tassie, we're looking at top temps of 25 for the city tomorrow. Partly cloudy skies. 24 degrees on the way for Launceston. Up through South Australia, we're looking at a possible shower tomorrow. 26 degrees for Elizabeth and Gawler. 23, a little bit cooler for Newry there in the Barossa Valley. Over to the southwest of WA, sunny skies. Again, those warm temperatures Temperatures 36 degrees to the city, hitting the same mark in Bickley and Jandakot tomorrow. So just to recap, obviously we've got that tropical low which has developed in the northern Coral Sea. We'll begin that easterly track towards the north coast of Queensland, and that cyclone watch now has been issued from Lockhart River all the way to through to Port Douglas. But Georgie will be keeping all our viewers up to date on that weather system over the coming days.
You're a very, very busy man. Thank you very much, Josh. And that is the latest news for this Tuesday, the 17th of March. I'm Georgie Tunny. Join us for your local 10 News at 5, where we'll have an in-depth look at all of that interest rate news. Until then, have a good afternoon.